We're joined by the president of Daytona International Speedway, Joie Chitwood. He's got some brief remarks, and then we'll take a couple of questions. Joey?
Thank you, Andrew. I was proud of the emergency rescue team that responded to the incident after the race. We assessed 13 individuals in the grandstands. 8 declined any medical attention. We had 4 treated on property in our first aid and care centers, and we had 1 transported off property to a local hospital. That individual was reported as stable when they were transported off property. I'm really proud of the fact that the fence worked, and the additional safety enhancements of the Daytona Rising project did its job as well. You know, we'll take this situation, we'll learn from it, we'll analyze it, we'll round up our engineering team and see if there's any additional things that we can learn to get better the next time. We're really proud of the effort of our team and who responded, and that the fence worked and the enhancements of the Daytona Rising project worked as well.
Any questions? We'll go with George first. And
yeah, Joey, George Diaz with the Orlando Sentinel. Was that the same area where Kyle's car went flying? And also, please, if you can get into a little bit of detail about what exactly specifically the enhancements were.
I do not believe that's the same area that Kyle, I don't believe so. And I'm not really sure that's the incident that you're talking about. Obviously, the enhancements with the Rising project included the location of the grandstands, the fencing, and no longer having individuals on rim road. And so with the fence and the Daytona Rising project, it did its job tonight. We're very proud of that.
Lee Spencer, Motorsport.com. Was that section 163?
I don't have the section, Lee. It's the section right past start-finish line, a couple hundred yards. We can find that section number for you.
And moving forward with the Daytona Rising project, will the grandstands be elevated to a point where if cars and such, you know, do hit the fence like that, that, you know, the fan safety won't, you know, come into play?
You know, obviously through the last couple of years we've learned a lot, whether it's fencing or the facility itself in terms of enhancements. One of the elements of the project of Daytona Rising was no longer having fans or individuals on rim road and closing off the grandstands on the front row. So those were in the new sections, and that's what was in place today, and I think it did a very good job.
Back to Godwin.
Godwin Kelly, the News Journal. Joey, at this point, do you get with NASCAR to talk about fence heights and strengths, and do you dissect this accident and kind of break it down to see if this was like a super close call, or if this you know, turned out the way you guys expected?
You know, absolutely. We'll work closely with NASCAR. We did this after the last incident. We're going to learn from it, see what else we can do to be better. I think that you saw some of the improvements work today, and so what we can learn from that tomorrow, the next days, we're going to incorporate moving forward. It's very important. Our safety is always going to be at the forefront, whether it's the competitor, whether it's the fan. We want to make sure we've got a safe environment to put on some great racing. So we'll learn from this and get better even the next time.
Dustin Long, NBC Sports. Joey, can you say or if there were any type of debris or what anything went on the other side of the fence toward the stands? Obviously, like in the Kyle Larson incident a couple of years ago, there was some large parts or parts of the car that penetrated or got on the other side. Did anything like that happen in this case?
Well, really, I can only talk about the incident with the fans and the fact that we only had 13 assessed, and a number of them declined. Only 4 were treated on site and 1 off property. So I think that just shows you the fence kept everything where it was supposed to be, and the other enhancements of Daytona Rising kept the fans safe. So I think we're really pleased with that. But again, we're going to figure out what else we can learn from this and what we can do to be better prepared next time.
Thank you, Joey.